In the early hours of June 21, 2025, the skies above Iran trembled with a thunder unlike any heard before. The United States, after years of growing tensions, carried out one of the most powerful and controversial military operations in modern history, a full-scale bombing campaign targeting Iran's underground nuclear facilities. It was the moment the world had feared for decades. What had long been a war of shadows and sanctions exploded into a spectacle of fire, steel, and bunker-busting fury. The targets, deep inside the mountains. 3 facilities were struck. Fordow fuel enrichment plant, buried under a mountain near Qom. Natanz nuclear site, Iran's most important uranium enrichment center. Isfahan uranium conversion facility, critical to nuclear fuel production. All were deeply fortified, designed to resist airstrikes, even nuclear attacks. But what came for them on June 21 wasn't ordinary. The operation, Silent Thunder Unleashed. At 3:22 a.m. Tehran time, US forces launched 6 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, each carrying 2 GBU-57A massive ordnance penetrators, 30,000 pounds each, weapons never used in combat before. Over 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles, launched from submarines stationed in the Arabian Sea. In a coordinated barrage, the US hit Fordow first, attempting to collapse its underground structure. Seconds later, waves of missiles streaked toward Natanz and Isfahan. Eyewitnesses in Qom and Isfahan described the earth vibrating like an earthquake and the skies turning to daylight from the explosions. The damage, total obliteration, claimed. US intelligence reported. Fordow, completely destroyed, collapsed tunnels, fires visible through mountain fissures. Natanz, main centrifuge halls devastated, but some auxiliary buildings remained. Isfahan, fuel conversion unit in flames, radiation containment confirmed. President Trump, speaking from the White House, called the strike a spectacular success, declaring, "Iran's nuclear ambition has been reduced to rubble. We acted for peace by destroying the tools of war. Iran's response, revenge will be swift." Within hours, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei addressed the nation, calling the attack an act of war. "The Zionist hand and the American sword have struck at our sovereignty. Our response will be crushing." Iran's military launched missiles at Israeli air defense systems in the Negev desert. Threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz, a key oil shipping route. Mobilized proxy forces in Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon for potential retaliation. The world reacts, tension rises globally. Globe with Meridian's United Nations. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres held an emergency session, warning. "We are one miscalculation away from a full-scale regional war." Russia and China. Both nations condemned the US strike as reckless and warned against unilateral militarism. Israel. Prime Minister Yair Katz hailed the operation as a bold, necessary action to ensure our survival. Israeli intelligence reportedly aided targeting test tube nuclear watchdogs. The IAEA expressed deep concern over the destruction of safeguarded sites and potential environmental fallout. Aftermath, a world on edge. Though the US claimed 0 civilian casualties, satellite images showed fires and secondary explosions around all 3 sites. Iran claimed several engineers and military guards died. Analysts now warn Iran may rebuild its program in secret, even faster than before. Cyber warfare and asymmetrical retaliation may increase. Diplomatic channels have all but collapsed. As of today, Tehran has pulled out of all nuclear inspection agreements. Conclusion: the shadow of what's next. The 2025 bombing of Iran's nuclear sites has redrawn the map of Middle Eastern power and potentially triggered the next phase of a long-simmering war. The questions now are not just about uranium and enrichment, but about diplomacy, deterrence, and whether humanity can escape the spiral of escalation. One thing is certain: the silence after Silent Thunder may only be temporary.